Trey Lance has been putting out clips of him working out. He does this every offseason, and he's been very calculated. I don't know who's putting it out, but at first it's just his upper body, slow motion, and it's a throw with the perfect spiral. And I wonder why that's picked. Then he's shown more where he's, it's not slow motion, it's his full body. It's like 4 or 5 throws, and we don't want to overanalyze anything, but have you seen anything that makes you encouraged, or does it all look basically the same?
Well, I mean, I'm not a quarterback coach, and I've never coached the position. Full disclosure. But I will say this. It's great that he's working out, and it's great that he's putting in the reps, and that all great stuff. As far as changes from last year to this year, no. I haven't seen anything that I thought was meaningful. I asked a quarterback coach who I know in the league to look at it and tell me what he thought. And he said there's still tons of wasted movement in that motion, and that there's just a lot of work that needs to be done on his motion. So I don't know what to make of it. I don't put a lot of credence into it. The one concern I had was the hitch. Like when as far as does he take it from here to here? When he identifies where he wants to go with it, how quickly from when he identifies where he's going with it to it coming off of his fingertips, how long does that take? Because that's the amount of time that if a corner or safety's reading your eyes, when you identify where you're going, they start to break if they're reading your eyes. But then when you get the ball out of your hand, that's a big equation there. So I haven't seen, to me, he looks a little quicker to the release. His release looks a little quicker. And I thought it was great to see him throw a spiral because he seems like he's thrown a lot of non-spirals. But I can't really take I can take nothing out of the slow-mo. The slow-mo, nothing. But the 2-throw thing, one throw that I saw, one throw was behind the receiver. So he's running this way and he's got to turn back for it. The other one was just a little, almost like a half throw. Like he didn't even follow through. Like he was just kind of playing around. It wasn't even a throw to the flat. So I really couldn't take anything from that. But other than to say, it's great that he's working out. It's great that he's feeling good enough. I'd feel better if you could show me not his throwing, but his, I'd like to see him go through like the tire gauntlet or, something that shows me the ankle. The ankle's fine and that he can explosively cut off that ankle. I'm more concerned about the rehabilitation from the injury than the refinement of the motion. But that's
and I don't think we should expect that I don't think we should expect that he would have made all kind of strides. Like he had a broken ankle. What the hell was he doing the last 7-8 months? Like rehabbing his ankle. The process kind of starts now, which again is discouraging because they keep setting him back. But I think what I'm looking for with him is he's an arm thrower. Like he has such a powerful arm that he can essentially whip his arm without really much leg action and probably throw it 60 miles an hour. Like he's extremely strong, but that's going to lead to inaccuracy, arm fatigue, and eventually injury. And he's never going to be a top 5 quarterback in the league if he's all arm. And I keep comparing him to a kid I grew up with who was a major leaguer for 10 years. Remember Tyson Ross?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His brother and him, both pro ball players. Yeah. Oh, Dowd,
Tyson's
right?
6. Yeah, he was a year older than me. I mean, I've known Tyson since we were like 7-8. Tyson's 6'6". He's been huge forever. You remember he had that really short stride, that low 3/4 release, very violent, extreme. He throw 96 mile an hour without any leg action, and eventually he had injuries and it ended his career. Like that's kind of what I see with Trey Lance, and the fact that he talked about arm fatigue doesn't surprise me at all. And I guess he has the right idea. He's going to the right coaches. He knows what he needs to do. I don't know if he'll ever fix it. It's tough. It's really hard to change your throwing motion, even if it's small tweaks.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But you know what? You're throwing there's all kinds of different guys who are in the Hall of Fame or won Super Bowls with different throwing motions.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the end all be all. To me, I mean, in a game where you throw 20 times in a game, Grant, how many times do you get to truly step in and make your exact perfect throw? A lot of times you're throwing in and around arms and legs, different platforms.
Absolutely.
Urgency.
No. Yep.
You're flipping
Mahomes is a great example of that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is he also doesn't, he uses his legs well. His legs aren't in the way. and he has like a full. He's an effortless natural thrower. Trey Lance will never look effortless and natural until he gets his lower body to work with him, not against him. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. It's to
Yeah.
me what I'm looking for is I want to see him get the ball out of his hands to his receivers in on the move and from the pocket in a rhythm this summer. But then
Yep.
once we get into the games, once we get into the preseason games, I just want to see him move the football team and
Yep.
convert on third down and just keep his
Yep.
team on the field and score points. And
Yep.
once we actually start to see that, I think everything will smooth out. And he's got plenty of weapons, plenty of firepower, plenty of talent. It's just a matter of, can you score? Can you lead the offense to consistent points? Can you convert on third down, keep your team on the field? It's those kinds of little things that we
Right,
need
because
to
we've seen him
see this
scramble.
summer. Yeah.
We've seen him scramble. We've seen him throw downfield. He can do those things. But we've also seen how much success Brock Purdy and Jimmy Garoppolo have had just taking the layups, just taking the easy stuff that the defense gives you. And I think for Trey at certain times, those easy throws have been a bit of an adventure. And if he can just show that he can throw the quick slants or the bubble screens or whatever on time, in stride, accurately, he'll be fine. But he needs to show that.
He's just got to get reps, gain some confidence, gain some rapport. And as you said, the one thing about the NFL, it's like NBA. It's like you can't be in the NBA if you miss all your layups and miss all your free throws. You have to hit the layups and the free throws. And it's like same in the NFL. You can't make a living just throwing the deep out. You have to be able to throw all the underneath patterns and all the gimmies. You got to be able to make those plays. So it's just about consistency and reps, and he'll get it. It's not rocket science. It's just he's got to get comfortable, and he's got to get a number of reps, get some field time. This guy's had less field time than every other quarterback that you watch on television. He played 1 year of college. He's played 1 year since high school. He's got very little experience. He just needs reps.
Ezio Sanchez says Jeff Bezos buying the Seahawks in 2024. Is he?
I mean, when he jumped out of the Commanders, eventually the Seahawks will be sold, right? Aren't they in a trust? Paul Allen's trust,
right?
So I would imagine that will get done at some point, but I don't know if it will go to Bezos.
Christopher Kyrus says, "What's up, Grant and Larry? Love your guys' content. I got my fiance to watch your show with me the other day, Grant. She said you're handsome, so she didn't mind. I told her, sorry, babe, he's married." Thanks, Christopher. I appreciate it. That was very nice.